311. The, quote, right, end quote, to abortion. Chalcedon Report number 228, July 1984. In recent years, in one country after another, state courts have granted to individuals so desiring it the quote-unquote right to practice abortion medically or to abort one's own child. The rhetoric of pro-abortion forces has strongly emphasized the aspect of personal choice and personal liberty. This note has greatly appealed to libertarians also, who have therefore readily echoed the pro-abortion language of, quote, liberals, end quote, and leftists. Some conservatives, too, have been agreeable to abortion on the same premise that personal choice is the higher good, whatever else may be in consideration. Ironically, this assumption is a particularly vulnerable one. Abortion strikes at the Christian premise that God's law word alone sets the rules whereby life can be taken, and abortion has no place in the law of God. The most obvious fact about abortion is that it is a personal choice and freedom established by statist courts or by acts of statist legislators. The state, by granting to individuals the quote-unquote right of abortion and the quote-unquote right to euthanasia, or mercy killings, is thereby asserting the prior quote-unquote right of the state over both God and man to take human life. Instead of conferring a new freedom on man, the state is taking away freedom from man. The life of man under God is sacrosanct from conception until death. Man can only take human life under very restricted circumstances, essentially for capital crimes as specified by God's law, in self-defense and in warfare. Wherever the state or man goes beyond God's law, it establishes a man or the state as lord or sovereign over life. The right to exist then becomes a grant from the state, which has then also the quote-unquote right to kill man at will. Marxist states have been ready to grant the quote-unquote right to abortion when they choose, but all the while have maintained for themselves the quote-unquote right to take human life whenever it serves the purposes of the state. Socialism and slave labour and death camps have become synonymous. To allow to the state one iota of power not permitted by God's law is to diminish man's freedom under God. To permit the state to legitimate abortion is to grant to the state the power to take over lives at the will of the state. Abortion decisions and laws have done two things. First, they have made legal the quote-unquote right of persons to kill human life. Second, the state now has a freedom from God's law to take human life at will. Every power the state gains, it uses. As a result, we have now a third factor, as Dr. Charles Rice, a professor of law, has pointed out. The state now, according to the courts, can define what constitutes a person. The definition of a person is no longer theological or even medical. It is civil and legal. We can be declared non-persons by the state or its courts and denied life. The quote-unquote right of abortion thus does not expand personal choice or freedom, it severely restricts it because it establishes the prior, quote, right, end quote, of the state to permit or to deny the right to life at will. Such a step, the legalization of abortion, is the beginning of the death of freedom and of man.